Good afternoon, fireworks friends. We wanted to make a quick video this afternoon discussing the returns process. Now, returns is where you bring back any unsold fireworks and we credit them off your account. It's also the period of time when you're going to do your settlement with us and pay your bill. So to help that process go as smoothly as possible, we wanted to kind of walk you through it so you had some knowledge about it. The first and most important thing with returns is showing up at your appropriate day and time. Just like your pickups, you've all scheduled a day and time when you're supposed to be here for your returns. Please do not show up at a different time. Don't show up early. Definitely don't show up late. Come at your appointed time. People sometimes try to sneak in at different dates. You will be turned away. We have our schedules designed to fit the maximum amount of groups in each day and to make the period of time you're here comfortable. When we try to slam in too many people, it ends up being a real mess. People are waiting for hours in the heat. It burns out the warehouse kids that are trying to count everything in. So please, please, just show up on your appointed day and time, and we promise your return process will go a lot smoother and a lot quicker. Now, when you show up to your returns, you will have needed to inventory all of your fireworks. And you should do that prior to coming to the return center. So this is your returns product inventory form. This is found in your sales aid kit. That is a white box that you'll get during your pickup process. In that box are all of your sales signs, your product tags, and everything like that. But there's also this item for your returns. Please do an inventory of your product prior to coming to returns. It helps to speed up the returns process. So you're going to want to do this before you get on site. Now, if you're a multiple booth organization, you need to make sure that not only you filled out that inventory return sheet, but you need to make sure that you have separated your product by location. Your product was assigned to you by location. It needs to come back by location. If there's overages or overages, it's going to make the process a lot slower, and we're going to have to ask you to get out of line. We may even have to ask you to come back on a different day. So if you're a multi-booth group, please make sure you've sorted your product by booth. Use your invoice as a guide to make sure the product is separated appropriately. Now, once you get here with your filled out product return form, the warehouse guys are going to check in all of your product. So you unload it, they're going to check it in, they're going to create a new one of these return sheets, and they're going to match it with your sheet and the product that's there. Once it's been determined and you and the warehouse worker are satisfied with the product that is there and that it's been properly accounted for, you're each going to sign our return sheet. That is your record of what was returned. Those are the items that are going to be entered into the computer and you're going to get credit for. When it comes to returning your items, most of your items can be returned in individual quantities. So you get a case of an assortment pack. There's maybe 6 in a pack. Let's say you sell all but one, you just bring back the one. Same thing with most of our base fountains. The fountains come as whole cases. You can return them in any quantity that you have. There are a few items of counter case items that have to be returned in original counter pack quantities. Now, during the kickoff meeting, we gave you a sheet that has all of those items listed. Additionally, it tells you what their original counter pack quantities are. So these items need to come back in appropriate counter pack quantities. Otherwise, we can't take it back because we don't have repack facilities here in the United States. So a couple of ones that are big ones to watch out for are your poppets and some of those smaller items, the smoke grenades, the ground bloom flowers. Those things like that, when you open a counter pack, you're going to want to make sure you sell through all of it before you open another one, because you don't want to have to be stuck with extra inventory. Now, if you open 2 packs and you sell halfway through each one and you can put them together and make one whole pack, great, we'll take that. But these items do have to come back in full counter pack quantities. So if you don't have this or you don't understand it, give us a call and we'll explain it to you again, because this is always a sticking point during the returns process. Now, after you've come here, you've brought your inventory return sheet, you've made sure your product is in full counter case quantities. You and the warehouse worker have counted everything. You agreed on the numbers of products that are there. You've signed the sheet. Now what's going to happen is your inventory sheet is going to come into the office. It's going to be entered into the computer, and your final documentation is going to be printed out. That's going to show all of the transactions on your account. It's going to show your initial order, any reorders you might have done, and then what was returned. There are no restocking fees. It's just whatever you bring back, you get credit for. What didn't come back, you're getting charged for. After those sheets have been printed out, then it is time to pay your bill. And you're going to be expected to pay either through a check or a credit card at the time of returns. The only groups that are exempt from that are Clark County School District groups who have to pass all of their money through the school bank. And then with them, they're going to be, for our Clark County School District friends, you're going to be given a packet of all of your paperwork so you can take that back to the school bank and do a check request. But for everyone else, that'll be the time to pay. Now, after you've paid your bill through either check or card, then your returns process is done, your fundraiser is over, and you're free to enjoy the rest of your summer and walk away smiling, knowing that you made a profit and you made a difference for your organization and ultimately our community. So we hope this video was helpful. We hope it's answered some questions and helped walk you through the process of doing your product returns. If you do have any questions about the returns process, please feel free to give us a call or an email. We look forward to seeing you at your returns.